Fiona Chalice here, and thank you so much for registering for the webinar. So I've recorded this short video just to give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what we're going to cover when we get together on the webinar, but it's also to give you an opportunity to send me any questions or any concerns or challenges you're having prior to the webinar, and then if you send it to me beforehand, I will do my very best to give you some great content to help you overcome those challenges or answer your questions on the webinar. So look, here's what we're planning to cover. We're planning to cover the 9 critical strategies that highly sought after salespeople and highly paid next gen salespeople successfully use today to help them increase their sales results. Now, these strategies are strategies that we've already implemented with many resellers, VARs, we've MSPs, we have distribution staff, we have vendor staff that have implemented these 9 strategies, and they're already seeing their results. So some of the things we're going to be introducing you to is, how do you sell as a service? This is a huge challenge today because so many salespeople have been used to selling hardware products, software. Hardware or software is the key things that we were selling. But when you then make that shift, the shift to start selling as a service, it's a really different sales process and approach. So I'm going to be introducing you to some really good strategies to help you make that successful transition. We're also going to be looking at things like the buyer's journey. How has that changed? And therefore, how do you have to adapt your sales process and your sales approach so that you're aligned with your buyers today? Now, one of the really key things, and I'm going to really touch on this in the webinar, is how you have to stop selling today. Yes, you've heard me right, stop selling. You see, you have to stop selling speeds and features and benefits because it just doesn't work in today's market. Instead, I'm going to introduce you on the webinar to what we call business outcome selling. This is a really effective way to build really solid relationships with your customers today and to have them coming to you first, where they see you as a true trusted advisor as opposed to a salesperson. So I'm going to introduce you to that on the webinar also. I'm also going to introduce you to how to make sure you have the right solution stack in place so that you're selling the right high profit, high margin products. I'm going to introduce you to how to have a serve culture where you serve and sell. And really, this is incredibly important because when you're selling as a service or selling even next gen technologies, you really want to make sure that you are keeping those customers for life. So I'm going to introduce you to some new strategies and methodologies that will really help you to ensure that you do have a very high lifetime value for your customers, because that's going to be an incredibly important KPI for you to be measured on in the future, or for some maybe even already. On top of that, we're going to look at digital marketing. How can you take control of your own prospecting and your own pipeline? I'm going to introduce you to some fantastic methodologies that will have you generating leads today. Lastly, I'm going to introduce you to mindset. You see, making a change, any form of change, takes a mindset shift, and it takes dedication, it takes confidence, it takes motivation. And I'm going to introduce you to lots of different methodologies that have already helped many of our learners to make that mindset shift. So there's a huge amount of stuff we're going to cover. We do only have 60 minutes, but I'm going to pack in as much as I can. But hey, listen, if I haven't covered something, or if you want to see something else covered on the webinar, please do ping me a quick email. My email address is fiona@fionachalice.com, so nice and easy to remember. Just let me know your sales question or your biggest challenge, and I will do my very, very best to cover it on the webinar for you. So really that's it. That's what we're going to be covering. It's going to be a really exciting webinar, and I'm so looking forward to having you on it. So I'll see you on there.